Hey guys, it's Tech Infusion, and today we're going to be comparing two budget Bluetooth speakers. Let's go ahead and find out which one's better. So here we have the Taotronics SK08 and SK02 Bluetooth speaker models, and while these are quite different from each other, we're still going to be doing a breakdown comparison and review of both of these speakers. Here we have three categories in which I will be judging these speakers on. In the end, we should find out which is the best bang for your buck. So without further ado, let's take a look at the features of the Taotronics SK02 model. So starting off on the top, we have the typical volume buttons and the multifunctional button which plays and pauses music and answers and ends phone calls. Heading towards the back, we will see an on and off switch, a micro USB port, and an auxiliary port. Also on the back, there's a removable battery. This is a nice feature to have, especially if you have extra batteries. The battery is a 1500 mAh battery, which should get up to 10 hours of playback. On the top of the speaker, there's an NFC, so you can simply lay your phone on the speaker to connect it instead of messing with your device's Bluetooth settings. Right next to the NFC area, there is a microphone that you can use while on phone calls. Taking a look at all these handy features, I'd have to give this speaker a 5-star for features. It includes all the necessary and expected features, but also adds a removable battery and NFC. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the build quality. The Taotronics SK02 definitely looks very nice. It has a matte finish which conceals fingerprints. This matte finish also makes it feel really good to hold in the hands, and overall the speaker is just very nicely designed. On the bottom, there are rubber feet to prevent it from sliding around. However, all of that being said, I feel like it is not made to last. The materials that make up this speaker are not the highest quality, but of course you can expect that if you're only paying $25. So totaling everything, I decided that the build quality is about 4 stars. It looks very nice, and it is not too fragile, although I wouldn't go around dropping it. So for audio quality, I thought I would do just a little bit of an audio test. So after testing a bit, I'd have to say it is about 4 stars. Its small amount of bass is pretty decent for the price, but it is lacking a bit in mids and highs. So just a quick recap. The SK02 got 5 stars in features, 4 stars in build quality, and 4 stars in audio quality as well. So now that we're finished with the SK02, let's take a look at the SK08, starting of course with all the features that it has. Taking a look at the top, we have volume buttons, the play, pause, and answer phone call button, and the power button. Over on the side, there is a rubber tab protecting the micro USB port and auxiliary port. The reason that the tab is there is because the SK08 is IPX5 waterproof, which means you could spill water on it or accidentally spray it with a garden hose and it would still work. On the front left of the speaker, we have an LED, and on the front right of the speaker, we have a hidden microphone for phone calls. Attached to the speaker is a rubber strap so that you could hang it anywhere. If you don't want the strap, there's a screw to remove it. So the last feature we have is located on the bottom, and it is a 1/4 inch tripod mount. This allows you to attach it to any tripod, lighting stand, or anything else you have that has that size of screw. So after taking a look at all of these features, I can definitely say it deserves a 5-star. It is lacking an NFC, but what it lacks it makes up in many other cool features, including it being waterproof. So let's go ahead and move on to the build quality. So the SK08 is one of the most rugged yet well-designed Bluetooth speakers I have ever seen. All of the materials feel amazingly solid, and it is made to last. It would be good for any scenario in which water is involved or you are outdoors and need a reliable speaker, maybe while washing the car or camping. So for build quality, I give it a 5-star. If I ever need a speaker that I can toss and beat around without worrying about it breaking, then I'll definitely be grabbing this one. So just like before for audio, I'll be playing the exact same song to compare the difference. So for $40, it has a pretty sweet sound, and I'd give it a 5-star. All levels are very well balanced, and this thing can get crazy loud, so it's perfect for large parties. So now that all the results are in, we can really see which is the better speaker. Of course, one is about $15 more, but just for a little bit more money, you are getting a better build and audio quality. Of course, you have to remember that both of these speakers are under $50 and this entire review is relative to its price range. If you went out and dumped $200 on a speaker, it will be 1,000 times better, but for the price, these Taotronics speakers are pretty awesome. Both speakers pair and connect very quickly and I had no issues. The SK08 has Bluetooth 4.0 while the SK02 only has 3.0. Both speakers can get about 33 feet away from the music device before cutting out, which is pretty standard for a Bluetooth speaker. The SK08 gets about 15 hours of playback with a 3-hour recharge time, and the SK02 only gets up to 10 hours of playback and 3 hours of recharge time. So which speaker's for you? If you are on a budget and want a speaker that just sits on your table or counter, I'd say go with the SK02. But if you're more of an outdoors person and don't care about spending an extra $15 for better quality and waterproof, then I would definitely go with the SK08. Anyways guys, that's all I have to say about both of these speakers. Hopefully this video helps you make a decision before purchasing either one of these. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to leave a like and don't forget to comment and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.